I'm sure somewhere we've all got these little glass jars, and they often come with glitter or sequins or other bits and pieces in them, or you can actually buy them really cheaply. But rather than throwing them away, I'm going to show you how to reuse them and make them into some beautiful different decorations. And I'm going to make 6 different ones today, so stay tuned and see what I make. The first one I'm going to do is really simple, and this is the easiest way I've found to do this. What I'll also show you at the end is how to attach your corks so they don't come out, and also how to put a little hook in them if you want to hang them up or anything. Now what I've got here is some gilding adhesive, and I'm going to pour some in here like this, and then swirl it around to ensure that it's covered everywhere. And this is the simplest one without a doubt to do, and then pour out any excess that I don't need and leave that to dry. Once it's dried, it'll dry lovely and clear, and then we can do the next stage. Well, this is all lovely and dry, and it's gone clear, and that as soon as it goes clear, then you're ready to do it. Now what I'm going to do is, and as I said, this is a simple one, just fill it with glitter like that. Push it down using a brush or anything else that you've got to hand, so it sticks to the sides. It doesn't matter how much you put in, as long as you pack it down well, because you'll be pouring it out anyway soon. And then just pour out anything that's left over. And now we have a really nice little glittery glass bottle. Just wipe off the excess glitter from the top, and I also wipe it off from just around the rim as well a little bit. There we go. We'll put a lid on that at the end, and I'll show you how to fix the lids so they don't come off, and how to put a hook in them. The next one we're going to do again is a really simple one, and I'm going to be using up this gold leaf and different coloured leaves that I've got here, and this is because these come with a nail set I ordered. I really like the nail set, but I don't use the leaf at all because I've got plenty of other leaf. So all I'm going to do is pop that into the bottle until it's full. These were simple, but they're really quite pretty. And I'm going to put a mix of colours in this one because I've got a mix left over. Don't throw away these little pots. They're great for making your own wax and different bits and pieces in as well. I use them a lot, so I always keep my little pots. Well, this is one of my favourite ones. What I've done is I've cut out a little slogan on my Cricut, and it just says a bottle of love, and I'll pop that on there like that. Again, a really easy one to do, but lovely and effective. And all I'll do is go around, push those letters on, and now it says a bottle of love. I've also cut out lots of little hearts out of some red paper using my Cricut that I'm going to fill this with. And they didn't take long to cut out, just a few minutes. There we go, so we've got a bottle of love. So there we go, we've got a bottle of love, and it's filled with hearts. Another simple one is using these little gems, filling up your bottle or jar, whatever you want to call them, to the top. And again, I think that looks quite pretty in itself. And this is a really fun one, and it's turning your bottle into a little shaker. Now my advice is use baby oil for this rather than anything else. Fill it up to just the edge of the top, and then pop in a few of the little bits that you want to pop in. So I'm going to put a couple of these little gems in of different colours. Don't use the clear ones, because if you use the clear ones they disappear in the actual baby oil. So there's 3 of the little gems. I'm also going to use some of these little colourful sequins that I've got that are fun. Don't be tempted to overfill it, because if you do, you won't see how well it shakes. And I'm also going to put in some of this chunky glitter. And just a teeny sprinkling of this silver glitter. And that should be enough. Now we will have to clean this one properly before we put the tops on, because if not, the top will not adhere to it. And that's because of all the baby oil that's got around the top. And I find the best way to do that is with a little bit of rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip, and go around on the inside and around the rim as well, making sure you've cleaned off all that oil that could possibly get on there that will prevent the adhesion of those tops. The last thing you want is the top coming off. And now where the corks are concerned, before you do anything with the corks, what's important is to seal those corks. And all I use is a matte varnish, and I give them 3 coats of the matte varnish all the way around like this, making sure that you let that soak in and dry in between each coat. I'm also going to do a 6th one, and what I'm going to be using for this is my coloured sand. Now, if you haven't got any coloured sand, it is so easy to make, and I've got a video that I'll link at the end of this one showing you how easy it is to make your own coloured sand. And this fills up simply. I'm going to put it in just layers like this using a homemade funnel, and then just build it up in layers of all the different coloured sands I've made. It's now time to put these corks on, and as we know, they're all dried up lovely and they should be nice and sealed. Make sure everything that you're using is pushed down. Now, I'm going to be using super glue for this, and I found super glue works really well as long as you don't get it all over your fingers and glue the cork to your fingers. Pop it round the outside and then carefully push that in like that. And I want that pushed in, well, it doesn't always have to be that far. And now I'm going to go round the edge as well with the super glue. Make sure I've got a good seal all the way around the edge. And then leave that to dry. And I'll do exactly the same. And that's why it's really important on this one, which is your shaker, to ensure that it's removed from the edge of your glass as well, because you don't want any oil on that, because it will prevent the super glue from sticking to this. So I've gone round that, all the way around like that, and now I can push that in to there, and then pop some glue all the way around the lip. And now I'll continue doing that, and then I'll show you how to add a little hanging part from it as well. Well, they're all neatly attached now, and what I need to do is put one of these in it, and this is the little screw ice that you get. And all I'm going to do is pop that in there and then dip it into some super glue, and it should screw in there fairly easily because cork is obviously quite soft, and that's why I like to have a bit of super glue there as well to enable it to stay in there once it's dry. And all I do is screw that into there like that, leave it for about half an hour, and then that will be completely set in there, and I'll do that for each of them. So now all I have to do is push my little cords through that I've cut out through here, and then I've got one little finishing touch off, what I think makes them look amazing. Everything is set in there nice and firm now, and these look really, really pretty when they're put on the tree. Or hung from anywhere, really. They don't have to be just part of a tree decoration. But they're not going to go anywhere now. They're all on there. And now, you know me, I love a bow. So I'm also going to stick these bows on to these corks. So I'm going to be using this all-purpose glue. It really does stick them on well, and it gives you time to be able to move them about if you need to. If you put a little bit on the back there, a little bit where you want the bow to sit, and let them dry for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then push them together, you'll get a great adhesion to it. Well, these are all finished now. I love them. I love how they've come out, and they will hang beautifully on a tree or as part of any real decoration. And they're so easy to make. Definitely the shaker one is my favourite. That is such a pretty one. And it does take, because you've used baby oil, it does take a long time for that to soak down. Look at that. Really, really pretty. I also do love the bottle of love one and the sand one. So there we go. They're all done. I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you to everyone that got me a coffee last month. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It really does help me to be able to make these videos and keep putting them out. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to check out the video that I've got coming up next as well. I think you'll love that one too if you love crafting. Take care. Enjoy your crafting. Bye.